how do I figure out these complications? Because, there's different types of insurance that, come to us at different stages in our lives. Like right now, I'm considering, do I need to buy elderly care for myself because of situations that previously happened with my family? And I have people saying, no, you don't want to do that. Then I have people saying, yes, you do want to do that.
Yeah, so the way that we analyze it is very quantitative, and we literally have Excel models that we will run through the analysis. And my co-founder is a software developer, so we've also automated parts of this analysis in our process to make it more efficient too, and basically reveal what the right answer is. And the framework that we generally use, whether we're looking at whole life, like what Mike mentioned, or long-term care, like what Ron was talking about, is we say, okay, well, how else might this client save for this goal or this need? And let's lay out what that alternative would look like. And now let's look at insurance and let's compare those two things and talk about what does or does not make sense for this particular client. And are there any like non-financial considerations that come into play? And that's actually one that we often see with long-term care, especially for clients where self-insuring, meaning just saving the money in, say, a taxable brokerage account, is an option, right? And that's not available to everyone. For some people, they truly could not afford a long-term care need, and insurance can be super helpful there as well. But even for folks where self-insurance is an option, we'll lay out, like, what does this math look like? But then also layer in, there is an element of family peace and conflict reduction that can come from having a pre-designated, I'll call it a bucket of money, but in this case, it's really a long-term care policy where you basically just say to your adult children, hey, this is the money that I've set aside for this potential need. And there are a lot of policies that cover one person, and there's some really great ones that cover a couple as well, if somebody's doing this analysis with a spouse or partner. And it can actually really smooth family relations. I see how my 9-year-old and 11-year-old battle each other today, and I hope that when they're adults, that they'll have like a really lovely, productive relationship. But we know that like adult sibling relationships don't always end up being peaceful and delightful, or that even when they're mostly peaceful and delightful, you're dealing with tough situations like a sick
Mm.
parent can bring out a lot of tensions and difficulty. And so
Hmm.
planning in advance can just make things easier.
Mm.